Wala ka bang earphone? Para pag may sumagot, maririnig namin. Naka may earphone. Try niyo yung mic niyo kung naririnig kayo ng bawat isa para maganda yung sagot. Hintayin natin sila na. Si Ma'am Donna lang ba?
Sir Marlon po.
Sir.
Good morning po. Sino pa po ba hinihintay natin?
Si Ma'am Donna po, sir.
Morning po.
Good morning po, sir.
Hello. Hello, Sir Marlon. Okay na ba yung audio ko? Shane?
Hello sir, good afternoon. Ay, good morning. Okay na may audience sir?
Ay, sir, good morning. Nandiyan na po ba si Ma'am Jop? Nandiyan na, ano?
Nandito na po.
Pwede na ba tayo, sir, mag-start? Or
Sino pinintay
hintayin pa
natin,
natin
sir?
si Ma'am Maribik yata yung isa?
Ma'am Donna daw po. Naka-record naman yata, sir. Pwede na siguro.
Sige po.
To our research teacher, Mr. Cyrus Ulysses Villanueva, our research advisor, Mr. Eduardo K. De Guzman, our dear panelist, Dr. Marlon Rufino, To our research teacher, Mr. Cyrus Ulysses Villanueva, our research advisor, Mr. Eduardo K. De Guzman, our dear panelist, Dr. Marlon Rufino, Professor Fortune Josephine Sagnit, and Professor Dana Diamat De Guzman. Greetings to all of you. Good day. Now let me present the researchers. Vanessa Filipina, Ms. Roasa Jorina, Ms. Sindanum Shane, Ms. Valeriana Jessere, and Ms. Vidal Jamaica Grace from Team Assiduus, with the study entitled Status of Poultry Production in the Philippines Before and During COVID-19 Pandemic. Now to begin the discussion, let us first discuss the revision done in Chapter 1 to 3. In introduction, state why did you conduct the study as PTLED student. In SOP 1, check if the data of workers are available. If not, it can be removed. In SOP 2, global prices can be removed. SOP 4, what are the plans and policies that may be crafted to make poultry production productive and competitive amidst the COVID-19 pandemic? In definition of terms, add the unfamiliar terminologies mentioned in the manuscript. And in Chapter 2, remove related literature that showed result of the study.
Now let us have the discussion of Chapter 4, which is the presentation, analysis, and interpretation of data. First, we have the status of chicken, duck, and egg production in 16 regions of the Philippines before and during the COVID-19 pandemic. For Table 1, it shows the status of chicken production in 16 regions of the Philippines. Chicken production in the Philippines in 2019 has increased to almost 854,725,382 in both backyard and commercial farms. However, in 2020, chicken production decreased by almost 84.72 in the event of pandemic and lost 15.28 on its production, and now having 724,109,875 chickens in 2020. For Table 2, we have the status of duck production before and during the COVID-19 pandemic. In duck production, in the year 2020, the computed data has an overall total of 23,407 and 56 ducks. In 2020, it added 2.25%, bringing the total number of ducks produced in backyard and commercial farms to 102.25% with a total of 23,933 and 207 duck production. For egg production, chicken egg data shows that in 2019, there are 9,713,066,667 pieces of chicken eggs while producing 10,096,460,000 pieces of chicken eggs in 2020. For Table 4, we have the status of duck egg production before and during the COVID-19 pandemic. For duck eggs, 2019 data shows that there are 708,142,857 pieces of duck, while in 2020, there are 721,214,286 duck eggs in production.
Moving on to the farm gate and retail prices of chicken eggs, duck eggs, and chicken and duck meat before and during the COVID-19 pandemic. For the Table 5, we have chicken egg, farm gate, and retail prices per piece by month before and during the COVID-19 pandemic. The average farm gate price of chicken eggs in 2019 was 5.4 per piece. In the same year, the retail price of chicken eggs per piece had an average price of 6.7. In the year 2020, the average farm gate price of chicken egg per piece was 5.64 pesos, and the retail price increased to 6.73 pesos per piece in the year of 2020. For the Table 6, we have duck eggs, farm gate, and retail prices per piece by month. Duck eggs farm gate price in 2019 was 6.92 pesos per piece, while retail price was 8.67 pesos. In the year 2020, the farm gate price increased to 7.5 pesos, and the retail price of duck eggs also increased to 9.39 pesos per duck egg. For the Table 7, we have the chicken meat, farm gate, and retail prices per piece by month. In chicken meat, the average farm gate price of broiler chicken per kilogram was 80.80. The retail price of broiler chicken per kilogram in 2019 was 155.35 pesos per kilogram. In the 2020, the chicken meat farm gate price decreased to 75.91 pesos per kilogram, while as its retail price, the average chicken per kilogram went up to 155.75 pesos per kilogram. And lastly, the Table 8. we have the duck meat farm gate prices per piece by month. For duck meat in 2019, the average farm gate price was 68.29 pesos per kilogram of duck meat, and during the pandemic, which is 2020, it reached 69.91 pesos per kilogram.
Programs or activities being implemented by the government to make the poultry industry productive and competitive amidst COVID-19 pandemic. The Department of Agriculture implemented expanded livestock and poultry production in the country. With this initiative, the Department of Agriculture aimed to help farmers' families recover from the loss of jobs and employment due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and also for those hogs and poultry stock that were depopulated due to the African swine fever or bird flu. The Department of Agriculture Regional Field Officer and Agricultural Training Institute Regional Training Center implemented a project which pertains to the expanded livestock and poultry production and livelihood project for COVID-19 response. This project involves the distribution of livelihood enterprise modules grants, which could be either be broiler chicks ready to lay, pullets, free-range chicken, ducks or swine, or ASF-free areas. The Department of Science and Technology's Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources Research and Development has launched an initiative called Manok at Itlog sa Pamayanan. This program strives to give livelihood options for communities affected by the pandemic by growing ducks, native chickens, and commercial broilers and layers. The Department of Science and Technology's Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources Research and Development had also a project under this subcomponent, the distribution of duck eggs and day-old ducklings from DOST-funded projects to augment food supply and income during the pandemic. The project, which is being implemented in Region 3, 4A, 6, 9, 11, and 12, complements an ongoing DOST-founded program called Eating for Life.
For the last one, we have plans and policy that may be crafted to make poultry production productive and competitive amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. This policy and program may be enacted for poultry industry to help poultry production be productive and competitive during the COVID-19 pandemic. Survival and recovery loans program may be crafted not just in fisheries, but also for farmers of chicken and ducks productions to help by giving support to those affected by natural calamities. Distributions of resupplies and feeds and vitamins for chickens and ducks that might help in maintaining the good health and productions in poultry, as well as helping lessen the expenses and capital that also affect the prices of meat and eggs. The seminar and livestock poultry raising will provide technical assistance and promoting technologies, especially in the field of livestock and poultry. The project under Bayanihan with Recovery as One is to improve the productions of poultry industry and aiming the recover and the poultry productions and livestock for those farmers and that been affected by the pandemic.
We may now move forward to Chapter 5 of the study, the summary, conclusion, and recommendations. Based on the result of the findings of the study, the researchers arrived at the following conclusions. First, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the production of chicken decreased, while duck production increased, together with chicken eggs and duck eggs. Second, farm prices of chicken and duck eggs increased during the COVID-19 pandemic, while in meat, chicken meat's farm price decreased, while the retail price still increased during the pandemic. Also, duck meat's farm gate increased during the COVID-19 pandemic. Third, the Department of Agriculture implemented action and programs that would make the poultry production productive and competitive in this time of pandemic. The Philippine agriculture sector ensures that the farmer's household will benefit to the programs to serve as the source of livelihood, investments, and supports in aiding the continuous productivity of the Philippine agricultural sector to normal. However, it seems that the programs implemented by the government are inadequate to address the problems such as decrease in production, an increase in farm gate and retail prices of chicken and duck eggs, also increase in retail price of chicken meat and increase price of duck meat during the pandemic. And lastly, in the occurrence of COVID-19 pandemic, the government agencies may enact programs to make poultry production and competitive, survival and recovery loans or SURE, distribution of free supplies vitamins for chicken and ducks, the seminar and livestock poultry raising, and the Bayanihan We Recover as One may be enacted because it can help farmers, poultry production, and the animals recover and remains competitive amidst COVID-19 pandemic.
Now let us have the recommendation. Based on the findings and conclusion of the study, the researchers recommend the following. For the first one, there should be established contingency plans and programs from the Department of Agriculture to alleviate the problems under the production and increase mobility of farm or poultry produce to suffice market demand to maintain the consumer's access to poultry produce and viability of this business even in dire situations such as pandemic. Regarding the increase of price during the COVID-19 pandemic, the researchers are recommending a price stabilization mechanism to make sure that the consumer will still be able to afford the consumption of chicken, duck, and egg, and at the same time afford the producers of adequate return on investment amidst restrictions during the lockdowns. The third one, expanding of existing programs of the government and Department of Agriculture in continuous assistance and support they offer for poultry producer as well as for the stakeholders to help them recover and thrive throughout the pandemic. For the fourth one, infrastructures like farm-to-market facilities, government interventions, technology-driven production, and research-based approach or model to poultry farming and food production and marketing should be made available through government fund assistance, loans, and subsidies during the pandemic or other emergency situations. For the last one, future researchers should conduct a more comprehensive study about the best practices in poultry farming and production during the COVID-19 pandemic or any emergency situations. Now, that concludes our presentation of our study. Thank you.
Okay po. Dear researchers, may I ask you to answer the questions of the panel of experts, Sir Marlon and Ma'am Jobs, and then jot down the possible suggestions to incorporate in your final writing of the research paper. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Congratulations to this group. And also, I'd just like to commend the effort made by your advisor in guiding your research towards its completion. Okay, I just posted my question in the chat box. My first question is, what is the implication of the result of your study to the present teacher education TLE curriculum? since all of you are education students.
Okay, sir. Ano po, ang pinaka-implication po ng result po namin sa education system po, especially po sa BTLED po. Isa po kasi sa pinag-aaralan po, or isa po sa malaking pinag-aaralan po sa ay ang agriculture. Malaking tulong po sa amin as BTLED students na aware po kami na mas mga
Excuse me, medyo choppy ng konti. Hindi na marinig.
Parang may audio sa background mo, Jessery. May radio ba? Ay, ayun. Ayun, nawala.
Sir, ulitin ko na lang po. Bali, ano po, as BTLED students po, malaking tulong po yung alam po namin yung study po na to at malaking tulong po yung result na to. Dahil malaking party po ng BTLED po ang agriculture po dahil isa po siya sa pinag-aaralan po namin. So as educator po, mas maganda po na aware po kami sa agriculture po, lalo po sa naging epekto ng pandemic po na nangyari po sa lahat sa agriculture po mismo.
May I hear the answer of the other members of the thesis group?
Sir, para po sa akin, mahalaga po na pag-aralan po yung study na to kasi po, hindi lang, yes po, nakasaad po sa curriculum natin yung about sa poultry, about sa agriculture. But pwede rin po natin siyang i-apply po sa paghahanap buhay. So, yung mga pwede po na, yung mga nakalagay po sa study po namin, pwede po namin i-apply in case po na, halimbawa, magtayo man po kami ng business ng poultry.
Okay, I have a follow-up question there in the chat. What then can you suggest to curriculum planners that is in relation to the result of your study?
Sir, good morning po ulit. Para sa akin po, pwede po na isasuggest po namin sa mga curriculum planners po na hindi lang po, halimbawa po sa agriculture po mismo, hindi lang po basta po magpo-focus po sa agriculture lang, kundi po yung mga possible po, gaya po na to, pwede din pong isama na pag-aralan din po yung mga posibleng nagiging hindrance or yung mga pagsubok po or challenges po sa agriculture po, gaya po ng pandemic.
I just like also to suggest that there are results made na may mga decrease at saka increase, di ba? Sa poultry. Ngayon, sa decrease siguro, maganda niyo suggest sa mga curriculum planners na mag-create o mag-invent ng mga possible intervention on how to increase further production of egg supplies or poultry supplies. Okay? And also, I just like to add also in your please also add in your recommendation the answer to the question dun sa implication of the result of your present teacher of your study to present teacher education curriculum at saka yung mga maisasuggest natin sa curriculum planners. Okay?
Okay po, sir.
Yun lang, si Ma'am Jeb siguro may tanong.
Thank you, sir. Actually, this is more on suggestion lang po. Pwede ba akong mag-share ng screen? Paano na nga? Sandali lang. Saan ko ba? ko ba share siya?
Sa present,
Nasa,
ma'am. Ayaw ma'am sa
sa
present.
present
Baka ma'am
tapos,
kailangan ikaw ang i-host, ah.
ay, hindi
Transfer
naman
yung hosting,
sir,
hindi na ba, ma'am?
sa Gmeet wala naman yun. Anyway, ang gusto ko lang naman para makita ng lahat yun tungkol sa recommendation. Naririnig po ba ako?
Yes po, ma'am.
Huminto kasi yung picture ko, yung cam. Okay, so kung titingnan natin yung recommendation number 1, nakalagay dito, there should be established contingency plans and programs from Department of Agriculture. Hindi ba meron naman kayong binanggit na may mga planong ginawa ang DA? So why is it included in your recommendation again?
And inactivate or damage the sperm.
Anyone can answer. Why did you include in your recommendation that there should be established contingency plans and programs from the Department of Agriculture? Hindi ba dun sa, based on your conclusion that you have included na meron namang ginawa ang Department of Agriculture? Diba sa number 3, sa conclusion ninyo, it says here that the Department of Agriculture implemented programs and initiatives. Diba? So why did you include that again in your recommendation that there should be established contingent?
Ulit. Ano po, based po kasi sa mga nakikita po namin sa result po, hindi po sapat or inadequate po yung mga programs po or mga plans po na nagawa na po ng DA. So as researchers po, sinasuggest po namin para mas mapabilis po yung pagbangon po ng production sa mga bumaba at para po bumaba din po yung mga price na tumaas, iniisip po namin na magkaroon pa po ng mga plans po, kung maaari po yung Department of Agriculture, para nang sa ganun po, mas mapabilis po yung pagbangon ng poultry production, specifically po, chicken and ducks sa COVID-19 pandemic po.
All right. Okay. So based on the answer of Jessa Ray, so you feel that there is a need dahil dun sa mga nangyari na parang kulang, di ba? So how about, what are this, do you have any idea what are the recommendations or what will be the additional plans and programs that are needed para mas matulungan ang mga farmer, ang mga poultry growers? Do you have recommendations? So what are the specific programs?
Ma'am, sa ano po, meron pong plans po or programs po si DA, which is the Survivor and Recovery Loans Program po or yung SURE po. Pero ano po siya, nakalaan lang po siya para po sa fisheries po. That's why po, nire-recommend po namin na pati po yung production po ng chicken and ducks ay masama po dun sa program po na yun.
Okay, so that will be my recommendation. Okay, sa number 1 recommendation ninyo, maybe you should include what will be your suggested programs. So kung ang suggestion ninyo ay i-include ang mga poultry growers, so isama na ninyo, idugtong ninyo kung ano yung specific program. Okay, so dapat dyan sa recommendation number 1, parang yung ginawa ninyo dito, nagbigay naman kayo ng specific dun sa number 4. Diba naglagay kayo for infrastructures, ang nilagay ninyo through government fund assistance, loans and subsidies, diba naglagay kayo ng ganyan. So sa number 1, yun lang din ang hinahanap ko, what will be the specific programs. Okay, so maybe you can add that in recommendation number 1. Okay. Let's see for number 2, recommendation number 2 regarding the increase of prices. Price stabilization mechanism. Okay, again, what will be your price stabilization mechanism that you can suggest? And again, okay, di ba parang nabanggit naman ninyo ah, sa inyong, nabitaw ba ito sa conclusion? I was looking for this. Paano ninyo nasabi na there should be may increase of prices, di ba? So, wala bang nagawa ang DA tungkol dito? To stabilize the price in the market. May nabinggit ba kayo? May nagawa ba si DA tungkol sa stabilization of prices?
Ma'am, based po sa study po namin, wala po kaming nakalap po na data na program po regarding po sa pag-fix po ng presyo during the pandemic po.
Okay. So, Jarina, paano natin magagawa na, paano natin may stabilize ito? I need the answers from the other members of the group. Aside from Jessaray. Na si Jessaray lang ang magkaroon ng grade. Anyone? Kahit isang specific, what will be possible recommendation for this? How do we stabilize that?
So, any idea from the question of Amjok? Siguro mabigay lang ako ng clue sa kanila. No? Halimbawa si DTI, ano ba ang kapangyarihan ni DTI o ano ba ang role ni DTI kapag merong mga, halimbawa nung pandemic, ano dapat na ginawa ni DTI para ma-stabilize yung prices ng commodity? Meron ba siyang role based sa kanyang function as DTI department?
Ma'am, pwede po ba ako sumagot po? Ano po, di ba po sa mga natural po na paninda po, meron pong mga suggested retail price po. So siguro po sa production naman po ng meat and sa ducks po, pati po sa eggs, pwede din po siguro mag-implement po ng ganun po na suggested retail price. Nang sa ganun po, fix lang po yung price na kayang-kaya pong i-afford po ng mga mamimili.
Okay, so tulad nga ng sinabi ni Sir Ed, so ang nakikita ko na tulong dyan will be coming from the DTI to help stabilize the prices. Yun yung to monitor the prices in the market, monitoring ng DTI. So, and sometimes ang solution kasi ng government is to make importation. Kaya lang ito yung isa sa mga against ang mga growers natin for importation kasi affected talaga ang presyo. Bumababa ang presyo pag madaming supply, di ba? So, the only thing siguro na maganda doon is to control the importation para hindi naman masyadong affected ang market, ang local market, local producers or growers. Okay, so maybe you can include that in your recommendation number 2 to stabilize the price in the market, siguro we can seek the assistance from DTI. Yun, pwede yan. Just make it simple lang naman to have a simple recommendation, specific recommendation. Yan lang naman yung hinahanap. Okay? So, ano pa ba? Okay, so let's go to recommendation number 3, expanding of existing programs of the government. You have already said this. Diba? We are going to expand the program of DA, continuous assistance and support. Parang ito rin naman yung nando sa number 4, you are going to have a government fund assistance. So ano ba yung SOP 3? Bakit nilagay ninyo ito? Does it answer your SOP 3? Anybody from the group or from the other members of the group? Does it answer your SOP? Because I believe your SOP 3 is about programs. What are the programs and activities implemented by the government? So your recommend what are the programs implemented by the government to make it more productive? Pero ang inyong recommend anyone who can make some clarifications on this? Okay, Jessary, you can answer now para.
Sorry po, naglalag po yung data ko. Pwede po bang paulit po ng question po?
Okay, di ba sa SOP number 3 ninyo, ang sabi ninyo ay what are the government, ano yung SOP 3 ninyo?
Programs of the government.
What are the programs of the government? I believe you have already cited this in your ano ba yun, ano dito, sa inyong na-data mine naman ninyo to the programs of DA, di ba? Ang tanong ko lang ay, yung sa recommendation number 3 ninyo and recommendation number 4 is almost the same. Diba? Dahil nag-expand ng existing programs, may mga infrastructures din naman ginawa. Parang ito rin yung nandun sa na data mining nyo. So again, almost the same. 3 and 4. Tama ba ako? Yan na naman ang tanong ko kung i-clarify na lang sa akin kung ito ba ay nasagot ang SOP 3 ninyo
Sa recommendation number 3 po namin, yung mga existing programs na po. Tapos po sa number 4 naman po, nakalagay po dito na should be made available po. Parang yung mga sinasuggest po namin, nire-recommend po namin na sana po ay maging available po siya sa production po.
Okay, ang sabi na continuous assistance and support sa infrastructure. Okay. Sige. So, yun na lang siguro ang tanong, ang suggestion ko lang yun. Yung isisingit lang yung possible or suggestion niya specific. Yeah. So, sige. So, I think I'm done na. Sir Ed, Sir Marlon. So, Ma'am Donna is not here. So, done na siguro.
Thank you,
Ano daw
ma'am.
po?
Well, anyway, congratulations. By the way, may mga follow-up suggestions pa ako ibibigay dun sa inyo. May message ko na lang kayo, okay?
Okay, so siguro ma'am, ano na lang tayo, picture, ano tawag dito? For the documentation, nasaan ba yung picture ko? Nawawala.
Sir, sino yung research teacher nyo? Nila pala?
Sir Cyrus, Sir XY po.
Oy, asa si Sir XY? Alam mo ni Sir XY?
Sir, dahil ano po, i-record na lang po namin po, tapos isi-send po kayo, sir.
So hindi niyo pinatin ngayon, ganun? O alam niyo may Hindi ko marinig Jessery. Can anybody speak in behalf of Jessery? Bakit binigyan niyo ba ng link sa Sir XY?
Sir, din po po sa GC po yung link po. Hindi po namin alam kung ba't naka-attend si Sir XY. Sa iba din po yatang group hindi po kasi naka-attend po si Sir XY. So that's why po ni-record na lang po namin to proof po. Then isi-send na lang po namin sa kanya.
Anong section kayo?
Sila 3A2, sir.
Similar to the digital platforms.
Okay, sige. Pero dapat andito yung teacher nyo eh. Atin.
Okay, thank you Sir Marlon and Ma'am Job. Congrats researchers. I think paki-ano nyo na lang yung mga suggestions ng panel para gumanda yung inyong research. So lahat ng mga na-suggest ay take that into consideration. Ano? Thank you very much Sir Marlon and Ma'am
Thank you, Sir
Job.
Thank you.
Okay, goodbye everyone.
Congrats.
Bidal, nakapag-picture ka ba?
Oh, yes.
Yung kasama
Nakapag-picture ako.
sila, sir?
Oo. Can we meet? Sabi ni sir.
Sige, nagaw na tayo dun kay sir.